Awesome. Perfect. 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 So here we go. We're going to get started. We are going to get started here and covering the triangle offense. Covering the triangle offense. The triangle offense really and truly is super simple. We like to a lot of us like to overthink it. A lot of us like to overthink it. And that's one of the things I want to make sure that everybody knows is that the triangle offense really isn't hard. It really isn't. I mean, you're looking at AUD USD right now on your screen. It is on the 4-hour time frame. I have the watermark behind it so you can see it. It is the 4-hour chart right there. You see where it says H4. That tells you you have a 4-hour structure, right? It tells you you have a 4-hour structure. So what does that mean? That means when you look to the right of that, you're going to see the 4-hour, the 4H, the lowercase h. That's the 4-hour time frame. The 4-hour time frame. So what does that mean? That means your structure is the 4-hour. But if you decide to change time frames over on the left-hand side, remember where I'm telling you to change time frames, over here on the left-hand side, that's going to change what the chart looks like. Basically what the candles are. It will still hold your 4-hour structure and show you the 4-hour structures, right? It's still going to hold you and show you that, but you got to understand that we need to know the structure on the higher time frame. That's what you need to know. Okay? That's important. Now let's go to the triangle offense. I had to tell somebody that. Somebody needed to hear that part right there. Somebody needed to hear that part right there. What's up, Ron from Gary, Indiana? Trade Nation Sparta. Thank you for being on. All right, let's get rolling. Let's get rolling. Here we go. So the first thing that I want you looking for is what? The first thing I want you looking for is you need to see price going into the box. If I have any new family members on here, any new Colors family members, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a new family member. I just want to make sure that I'm not going too fast on this. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you are brand new, first time using Colors, never been on, or had just got it. You got on this morning on opening bell, today, maybe in the last couple days. Put a 1 in the chat if that's you. I know we have a little bit of a delay, and that's okay. Holy smokes, I love it. I love all these ones. Man, that is amazing. I love these ones. Cheryl, welcome to the family. Muhammad, welcome to the family. SHN Jones, welcome to the family. Sweets 413, welcome to the family. Phil never loses. I like that name. Welcome to the family. I believe that's Dion or Diona. I'm not sure with the K. Welcome to the family. Leader FX, welcome to the family. Charlie 3, welcome to the family. Mans 8, welcome to the family. LaShonda, welcome to the family. Dana, welcome to the family. ZAIZAN, welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. Yes, we teach Forex. FRX, I mean. We teach FRX here. We teach FRX here. I pray too. Welcome to the family. Awesome. Chan, welcome to the family. Queen Bowens, welcome to the family. All right, let's go. Let's move forward. Let's move forward. We have a lot of new family members. I want to keep it simple. I want to keep it simple. Anytime you're looking at Colors, you want to see, first and foremost, you want price to go into a box. Now, I like to have it going from the opposite box into a box, if at all possible, right? So currently where we're at on AUD USD, we have one box here. Well, you see up at the top, you have a red box. So at one point or another, it left that red box, and now we've come into this green box. Well, you see back over here to the left, if you move to the left some, you're going to see where price went into the green box. When it hits the green box, what's naturally what it's telling us that we're looking for? What naturally is it telling us that we should be looking for? we should be looking for green. Green means buy. Green means up. Okay? When it goes into a green box, we should be looking at to go up, to move upward, right? We should be looking at to move upward. That's what we should be looking for. If price goes into the red box, what should we be looking for to do? Red is a sell, right? So what should we be looking for the market to potentially do? If it goes into the red box, what happens if it goes into the red box? Now, I notice my key words. I need you to listen to what I say, okay? It's important, but when I say potentially do, that's important for you to understand. The potential. So when price goes into the red box, what is the potential of what the market may be doing? It may be looking to sell. Exactly, Emerald. Exactly. Exactly. When it goes into the red box, we may be looking to sell. When price goes into the red box, we may be looking for it to sell. Right? That's a possibility. So one of the great things that I like about the triangle offense that Dr. Spiller created through colors is this. Exactly, Mikhail. Sell that thing. I like it. So one of the things that I like that he created in here is this. Is that he created that when you have these colors lining up, you can take a trade. Right? So you see that price came down. It was going down. It's been going down for a little while on AUD/USD. Y'all see that? Let me see if I can. There we go. It's been coming down for a while. I could zoom out, and you're going to see all these red boxes up top, right? All these red boxes and one green box at the bottom. So what has that told us? I'm going to teach you a little bit more into what you see here in colors. But here's what that's told you. Here's what that should have told you. Here's what that is telling you. It's telling you that we've been going down. And when we hit that green box, what did we create there, family? What did we create there, family? What is that green box? What is that called? Some of you are going to go real technical. Let's keep it simple. It's a floor. That green box has become a floor, right? It created a floor when it hit that green box. How do we know that? How do you know it's created a floor? Well, it created a green box. Your green box is a floor. Your red box is a ceiling, right? Your green box is a floor. Your red box is a ceiling. That's what you need to know. Now, when this came down to the green box, it pushed back. It pushed away from that green box, right? It pushed away from that green box. And then it came back to the green box, back inside the green box. What do we call that when it does that? When the market goes into the box, goes away, backs away from it, and then goes back into it. What is that called? What do we call that? I'm going to draw lines here. I'm going to draw this comes down here. I'm going to make it thicker. Give me 1 second here. Let me make this thicker. All right. When price comes down, comes out, and then comes back down. What is that called right there where I circled? Oh, come on. It's not letting me circle. There we go. Sort of a circle. What is that called right there? What do we call that? A retest. Exactly. A retest. Because it came out, it went into the box, came out of the box, and went back down to test that floor. It said, okay, are you really a floor? Are you really going to stop me from going down below?
There's a call for help.
So that was a retest. So I see some of you are putting retracement and pullbacks. And I'm going to explain to you the difference. I'm going to explain to you the difference. It's not a pullback. And it's not a retracement. Okay? I'll explain to you why. I want to explain to you why, because I need everybody to make sure you understand this. We're going to go way back 101 here. I mean, you really should have caught all of this through the FRX 100 and 200 series. in all honesty, you should have already got that out of that. Okay? But let me explain to you what the difference is in what you're saying on a retest and a retracement and a pullback. Okay? Let me show you the difference. Okay? A retest means the market came down to a point, right? It reversed or rejected, and then it came back down to test that same area to say, are you really going to not allow me to go through? Okay? That's what that said. Especially if when that happens, when you have something like this green box. Right? You have this green box right here. When you have that green box, which is your floor, it printed it for you. You don't have to think. You'll get better in learning it and understanding it. So that's what you're looking at as far as a retest. It went down and it came back to check it again. But you see, now, that's the one, that's not your first one. Or that's not the ultimate. The second one comes when it does this right here. This is the important one. Why is this the important one? Now, I want you to look for a second. I want you to look for a moment. I want you to look for a moment right here on your screen. Right here on the screen. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to zoom in. Like, we're not even getting the triangle offense yet. But I want to zoom in. You see that the price came down into this box right here. Right? It never got down as low as that wick right there. It came down that one spot. The next time the wick was down that low or was down, it was right there. Right? But then it came down to here. Right there. And then right here. Where's your retest? Where's your retest? See, I don't want you to overcomplicate. I just need you to know what a retest is. It was here, there, and there. Same spot. You retested back to that area. You can even use the price action. We have price action here. For those of you that want to know more about price action, we have price action here. Where's the price action? Let me show you. Let me show you. You see this? You see this gray line right here? You see this gray line right here? That's a price action line, right? So it was here. You see that swing arrow? Oh, come on. Came right back down to that area. Right? What are we waiting for? Well, that's Doc swing arrow training. But anyways, you see that. It came back and retested the area. It retested that area. See? You have it there. Don't overthink it. Please don't complicate it. Please don't complicate it. It's really not difficult. You have those two right there. You have both of them right there. So, that wasn't even the triangle offense that I wanted to show you. But I know that I needed y'all to understand what a retest was. I need you to know that that's when it comes back to an area that it was previously at, but didn't go below it. So that's why you have your floor. That's your retest. Right? So now, what is your pullback? What is a pullback? What is a pullback? Well, a pullback is where is your trend? Where is your trend? So if we're looking at this right now, what is your trend? Your trend is down. Your trend is down. Your pullback means that we've been moving down and we pulled back up to rest. And you have a red box there. And then we continue down. And then we pull back to rest. And then we continue down. And then we pull back to rest. It's still moving down. We're creating what? We're creating what? Lower highs and lower lows. Right? Lower highs and lower lows. That's how you get retests. You see, that's how you get pullbacks and retracements. You see, we created a low here. We created a lower high, but we never created a lower low. That's why it's considered a retest over here. That's why that's considered a retest. Do you see that? Because if we would have created a lower low, then it would have only been a pullback. But it was a retest because it never created a lower low. It was higher than the previous low. This is Fundamentals 101 in the 100 series, the 200 series. This is where you get this. Go back through them. If you have been trading with us for longer than 60 days and you haven't gone back into the fundamentals, the FRX 100 series and the 200 series, you're doing yourself a disservice. You have to go back through that. You have to know that. You need to understand your fundamentals. You need to understand your fundamentals. It is consolidating down here. You're right. It has to make a decision. It has to make a decision. It has to make a decision. Where would my decision be? Well, granted, this is a 4-hour time frame, right? We're in a red box. Right at this red box. This is actually looking really good. So if you know anything about lining up colors, we haven't covered triangle offense, just so you know. But if you know anything about lining up colors, you see this right here. Section 2, what's showing there? What's showing on section 2? What's showing on section 2? Right? What's showing on section 4? What happened on section 4? Comment, type it in the chat. I want to know. I want to make sure you all understand this. Who is coming in and who is going away? Who is coming in and who is going away? The buyers are coming in. The buyers are attempting to come in, right? We've lost momentum on section 4. We've lost momentum on section 4. When we lose momentum, the sellers are starting to leave. Can they take over? Well, what do we see here on section 1? What is that? That's a green box. That's a green box. So colors is already giving you a little bit of indication that we may be looking for a potential move upward, right? Colors is already giving you that. So that's why you have to look at it and say, okay, colors, I see what you're saying. We've come down to the floor. We retested the floor. And now you're telling me, because I'm in this green box where we've retested once before, now you're telling me I could potentially be looking for the market to move up. If you were in that sell trade, exactly, you should be exiting. If you had a sell there. If you weren't in a sell, now you're looking for a potential buy, but you have to wait. You have to wait. You have to wait. What are we waiting for? Colors to tell you that we're turning the triangle offense. A green box, we should be looking for what color triangle? A green box, we should be looking for what color triangle? A green box, we should be looking for what color triangle? A green box, we should be looking for what color triangle? Yeah, I got a huge delay in the green. Okay, perfect.
Catch him on green for help.
Quickly
Somebody help my baby. He's
Perfect.
flying away.
Green.
And he's
That's it. How difficult is this, family? How difficult is this? Can you do it? I need you to type in the chat, I can do it. I am doing it. I am doing it. So now, let's go look at the triangle offense. Let's look at the triangle offense. So we're going to go back a little bit in time. How many of you traded gold this morning? Did you trade gold? Did you trade gold? Did you trade gold? Everything has to be in the present tense. That you're doing it now. That you're doing it now. That you're doing it now. Hold on, I got a question here. I'm going to read this question. 1 second. It says, how long after price goes into the box can we sell or buy if it's green? Meaning if there's no longer a current box, but price went into the box 3 or 4 hours ago, is that still good? So what I'm wondering here is you're asking me that we have these red candles going into a green box, and you're asking me if the green box goes away, is it still okay to sell? Is that what you're asking? I want to make sure that I have that question right. I want to make sure that I have that question right. So if you're in the green box with red candles and then the green box goes away, is it still okay to sell? That's what I believe I understand your question is. So tell me if I'm right before I answer. Tell me if I'm right. Now, one thing that I like to do is I do like to draw my own boxes. I like to draw my own boxes. Now, you can make them whatever color you want. I prefer not the green or the red, but I like orange. Y'all see me in the mornings. I like orange. I like orange. So I like to draw my own boxes. The Beto, was your question? I want to make sure that was your question. Was that your question? I recommend scalping gold. Regardless of when the candle went in, I'm asking. My question am I understanding your question that you asked? Because I want to make sure I got it right. I mean, I know that it went in 3 hours ago, but it hasn't made a decision. It's still in that box. Price is still inside that box. So my question is are you asking if it goes into that box and that green box goes away? Is that your question? I mean, you definitely can use any time frame because colors works on any time frame, any pair. But I'm going to really recommend that when you are doing it, you have to utilize proper risk management. It really shouldn't be an option for you. And make sure your account's able to handle it. Okay, if the candle went in the box 3 hours ago, we still don't have colors lining up. That's the first and foremost thing. But if that box hasn't gone away, there's nothing. If you're a red candle in a green box, no decision should be made on your end to enter a trade at all. Because it's in that box. It's in the box. So you need to wait. You need to wait till all the colors line up. Wait till all the colors line up. Wait. 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 All right. I'm going to go back in time over here. We're going to go back and look at something. Oh, shoot. Huh. Interesting. I'm looking at silver on the 4-hour time frame. Because I'm fixing to show the triangle offense. I'm about to show the triangle offense. The triangle offense. Wow, that's crazy. Alright, so we're going to go back in time. Okay? We're going to go back in time. So, going back in time, triangle offense. Here's how the triangle offense works. Here's how the triangle offense works. Triangle offense, you're going to look for Price to do what? Price, the first thing that we want Price to have done is do what? We want it to go into a box, right? We want it to go into the box, which is exactly what it did right here. These green candles went into what color box? The green candles went into what color box? They went into a red box. So what does that tell you we should begin to look for? What color should we begin to look for? What color should we begin to look for? Right here. It's all at the far right. I understand that, but I want you to see this. Red, exactly. So you see these candles went into the red box. You have this red box. Now we're looking for red shapes, right? Well, we're running the triangle offense. So we're going to look for the most recent red triangle. No, we're not looking for green when we're in a red box. Red box, red colors. Red box, red colors. Red, red. Miss Ramia, I'm not sure what you said waiting for green to line up. We're looking right here where I'm showing you we're going into the red box. So I want to make sure that everybody understands what we're looking at here. The 4-hour time frame for silver, you see that these candles were green and they went into a red box. When we enter the red box, now we're starting to look for red, 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 a red triangle, a red triangle, a red triangle, because we're in a red box. Now that we found, you see the most recent red triangle, it's right there on the 4-hour time frame at the very edge of the screen. At the very edge of the screen. At the very edge of the screen. Then we do what? We're going to drop a vertical line on that red triangle. And we're going to make it as thick as possible. We're going to make it as thick as possible. Once you've done that, the next step is to go down and drop to what time frame? What's your time frame you drop through? You drop to the 30-minute time frame on the left-hand side of your screen. You see over here on the left where I clicked. You're going to drop to the 30-minute time frame. This is what I explained at the beginning of class. Drop to the 30-minute time frame. And we're going to need to zoom out, right? Because it's back in time. It's back in time. Now the box doesn't really extend right here because we're going back a little bit in time. But if I was to be able to pull that box all the way out, I would be able to pull it all the way over. I'm going to see. Let me add a box. I want you to see this. And I'll make it red just so you can see. I just want you to see it. I'm adding the box only to help you all to see it. Sometimes we have a little bit of an issue like this, right, where it doesn't really print the box all the way back. Now when we're this far beyond, that's why you're seeing this, because we're back on the 16th of July because we went to the 4-hour time frame. Did you know that from the 16th of July, silver has been selling? Did you know that from the 16th of July, silver has been selling? Just saying. So now we've dropped down to the 30-minute time frame. Because we had a red triangle on the 4-hour time frame, what color triangle should we begin to look for on the 30-minute time frame? What color triangle should we begin to look for? Remember, we drew this line, this vertical line, and we made it the same color of the box, the same color of the triangle, which was a red triangle. So now we're looking for red triangles on the 30-minute time frame. Red triangles on the 30-minute time frame. Right, Nick Paul? That I hear you. I know. So now we look for red triangles, right? You see a red triangle here? I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to zoom in. Why am I zooming in? Because I want you to see it. You see a red triangle right here. You see this red triangle? So now what do? Now we begin to line up colors. Now we begin to line up colors. You have to have all the reds matching. The triangle, the red trend line, a solid red candle. You want section 2 to be red. You want section 3 to be red and not inside the floating, or not inside the yellow box. And then section 4 to be red, floating above the floating yellow line. And you want that yellow line to be up above the blue line. Makes sense? That's colors 101 right there. I just told you colors. Does that make sense? So what do? Once we find that, we drop a line or we make an entry. You make an entry. I'm going to mark up some lines here because I want you to see all this. I want you to begin to understand this. So red small, I got a thin red line with a purple line. That designates one of my entry points, right? That's one of my entry points. I know where I'm at. I'm waiting. I'm looking for the next red triangle. We have a red triangle that appears right there. We have a red triangle that appears right there, right? Where would your stop loss be? That's a great question. So if we entered right here, what structure are we looking at? What structure are we looking at? What time frame is our structure on? What time frame is our structure on? JKOBE. The colors have to line up on the 30-minute time frame once you've dropped down from the 4-hour, when you've had a red triangle coming out of the red box on the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, our structure is on the 4-hour. Exactly. So if our structure is on the 4-hour, not the 30-minute, the 4-hour. If our structure is on the 4-hour, where should we put our stop? Where should we put our stop? That's a great question. Who asked that question? Easy. Your stop loss will go above this red box. It'll go above the red box. Way up there. Way up there. Way up there. Because yes, you're entering on your 30-minute. All you're looking for is your entry, your sniper entries on your 30-minute time frame. Your structure that we looked at, that's why I said on the right side tells you where you're selecting your structure. The minute, the M1, the M5, which is your 5-minute, the M15, which is your 15-minute, the M30, which is your 30-minute, the H1 is your 1 hour, the H4 is your 4-hour, and the D1 is your daily. So we selected the H4, which is your 4-hour structure. Now, all the charts that you're going to pull up on that right-hand side of the control panel, all of those are 4-hour structures. Okay? They're all 4-hour structures. And because they are 4-hour structures, when we drop down to the 30-minute time frame, we're not looking for, we know that there could be a larger pullback because we're on a bigger structure. On a bigger structure. So where do you put your stop loss? Right up here. David, sure who David is. So you put your structure up here at the top, right above that red box. I drew a red horizontal line there. That's where my stop would be. And then I have my entry on the purple line. I find my next red triangle. I'm going to zoom in here because I want to see, are the colors lining up? Are the colors lining up? Are the colors lining up? You have a solid red candle. Let's go in a little closer so you can get a good view. Solid red candle right here. Red on section 2. Red on section 3. We're not in that yellow box. Red on section 4. But what's wrong with section 4 right here? What's wrong with section 4 down there? What's wrong with section 4 down there? What's wrong with section 4 right there? What's wrong there? What's wrong with section 4 down there? I want y'all to tell me. I like interactive classes where you can learn. What's wrong with section 4? The yellow line is below the blue. Exactly. There's no momentum. The yellow line is below the blue. There's no momentum. The yellow line is below the blue. With no momentum. So we don't enter that trade yet. We wait. We wait. We wait. Patience, right? Wait 30 minutes. Our next candle's here. Still nothing there. It's not solid red. The next candle's here. Is that solid red? Yes, but section 2 is not ready. So we're out. The next candle comes up right here. We still have a red trend line, so we're still okay. Right? You see this red candle here. Red candle, I'm sorry, red bar on section 2. But what does section 3 look like? It's right there at that yellow box. Not a good spot for me to take an entry. But if you were still hesitant, you're like, okay, I think it'll be okay. And then you look down at section 4, the yellow is still below the blue. It's not good. And then you wait. Still nothing there. And then you wait. But you see how now we have colors that have changed. These colors have gone to a different, candles have gone to a different color. You see that this went red, solid red, now they're green and yellow. So what does that mean? What does that mean in trading the triangle? What does that mean in trading the triangle? What does that mean in trading the triangle? We wait till the next triangle. Since we had a color change on those candles, we need to wait till the next triangle. We need to wait till the next triangle. So we wait. And price continues to move and move and move and move. And we're waiting. And we're waiting. Man, that would have been a good one there, but we didn't have, you see these color triangle, these color candles. I want an optimal entry. I don't want a partial. I'm not even know how to say it. I can't say it nicely, so I'm not going to say it. I need it to be a great optimal entry because I'm trading with my money, just like you're trading with your money. Just like you're trading with your money. There's no reason for you to not wait. Wait. Now we had this triangle. And then look what happened. More candles of a different color. Right? So we wait. So now we see that we're having a lot of green coming in. So what would I do? I would go back to my 4 hour and let's look at that. And make sure we're still good. But then once you go back and check that and you see, okay, I'm still good. I'm still good. Right? We're waiting more red triangles, more red triangles. And sure enough, here comes a red triangle. Here comes a red triangle. Right? There's a red triangle. Red trend line. Solid red candle. Does everything line up? Let's look. Does everything line up? Right here. Right here. It is above, the yellow is above the blue on section 4. Everything is lining up. That right there would be an entry for me. Right there. I would have taken that entry. And then, yes, would it have pulled back some? Yes, it would have. Yes, it would have. It would have pulled back some. But let me show you. This is the part I want to show you. Now when we go back to our 4-hour time frame, I want you to look at this. We're going to go back to our 4-hour time frame, and we're going to find my lines. Let me find out where we're at. Right there. I want you to look at this. You would have had, you see all this right here? This entry would have been, have a pullback here, but then when it lined up here, you would have had that dump, that drop, right? Your initial entry back here could have got you some pips too. So there's a few spots that always go back and look at that 4-hour time frame. We went for a few days as I was showing you that, right? But that's exactly it. Yes, the yellow line needs to be above the blue on section 4. It needs to be above it. So that's how you do it. Once you've seen that, once you've lined up the colors, you're there. You're there. And then the next time you see, I could draw a red line here, but that's the triangle offense. I'm going to go to the most recent one. Okay, I'm going to delete these lines for just a second over here. Let's see here. Okay, I'm going to delete these lines for just a second. You're going to see. Now, many of you would say, but there's no box here. The box is right there. It's still red. We've not gone down to a floor yet, right? I'm looking right here today. I believe this is today. No, the 5th. The 5th. We're looking at the 5th, where that triangle is, right? We're looking at the 5th, where that triangle is, right there. That's what I'm looking at. Why am I talking about this? Because I want you to see something. Many of folks would have said, but Randy, there's no box. But yes, there is. The box is up here. The box is there. The box is there. We still have not hit a floor yet. We still haven't reached the floor yet, right? So we still haven't reached the floor yet. And in not reaching that floor, guess what?
Hey!
Just, yeah, you don't force, just wait. If the yellow's touching the blue, I'm still okay with that entry as long as it's above it. As long as it's above it. But remember, we're trading with the trend. If you're trading against the trend, I wouldn't do it. I want to trade with the trend, which is what we're doing when we're basing off the 4-hour time frame, the triangle offense. You're going to mark the triangle. You're going to drop down to the 30-minute time frame. Drop down 30-minute time frame. And here's the recent one. Right here. This is what happened starting on the 5th. Found the triangle. We marked it on the 4-hour time frame. Dropped down 30-minute. We had a triangle. No reds, no reds, no reds. We waited for the next triangle. Right there. Right there. We waited for that triangle. That was red. That was red here. Red below. You have it here. If you zoom in a little bit, you're going to see that it is, the yellow line is slightly above, right? Slightly above, which it's really hard to see that yellow, so I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I would have waited till we had all red line up and out of that box right there, because we never changed colors of the candle, which would have been when? You could have taken that. Let's see here. Let me find it. So right here we changed candle colors. Where's my triangle? Did it hide? 1 second. Let me look at this, because this, I believe this is where my entry was. Yes. Okay, yeah, right there. Right there. So yes, that was it right there. So when it came out of that, that was a potential entry right there. You can double click in the white space to go down and get it zoomed in and look at it if you need to. But that would have been my entry here. Would have pulled back some slightly there. Would have pulled back some slightly right there. Or not right where my line is, but I'm marking my entry. Right there. You had that. You would have that pull back right back to where you're at. Remember, 4-hour time frame. So you can use these gray lines for stops also, for your stop losses. So if you're that far beyond, you can use that gray line for that stop loss also. They're another area of structure. They're another area of structure. Can you backlog more entries you take? You did that one. So that's where you'd be looking at right there. Taking that entry there, right? And you write it down because what are we looking for? The 4-hour. The 4-hour. Our 4-hour is right here. Is right here. So this would have been that entry. You could have taken this down. You could have taken this down. When would you be able to exit? You can exit the trend line change. You can exit on the candle color change. You can exit on section 2 color change, section 3 color change, or when you've lost momentum, which means that these bars have closed out below that floating yellow line. So you could have taken a big push down, or you could have taken this move down. It's still a great move. Still a great move for what it was right there. 136 pips, depending on what you're trading with your broker. Maybe it was 1,300 pips with your broker. I'm not sure, but that was from that move right there. Just on the loss of our momentum. On our momentum. So does that make sense? Does that make sense? If you're going to scalp it, Coach Cam, if you're going to scalp it, start on your 15. Only with silver, only with indices, metals, and commodities. Start on your 15 and drop down to your 1. That's what we taught this morning. Go back and watch this morning session so you can see what was taught. But that's what we taught this morning. I would go with one that's more recent above on that gray line, Prom Beto. If I said that right. So hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully this makes sense. Tomorrow morning we'll have another training.